Alright, folks, welcome back, everyone. 欢迎大家回来。今天是第276天 Wednesday 276. I don't know what it is that makes this 160. Suddenly there's like a boost over the max. Burning the midnight oil here. Had a few things yesterday. Yesterday went pretty alright. Pretty decent. We've been cutting out the reading of context and reading of example sentences, make room for Inktober, but I think we're gonna skip Inktober today. It's perfectly alright because I was able to talk about some hopeful positivity in exchange. Can't miss the opportunity to chit the chat, you know. I swear there was a phrase that was taught about sharing a drink. What was it? Was it really with the same person? I think so. I don't remember what the phrase is. It was like some... Oh no, it isn't. That was when I'm talking about Dublin and stuff. Never mind. Alright. Anyways, we have two vocabulary words, right? Chue is really weak, so this one is ching chue, right? Oh no. Is it moon? I feel like it's moon. And not... Yeah, it's moon, right? Che. Che. Yeah, I don't know if there's a little thingy there. I'll look at it in a bit. This is crisp. Zhi si, it's kind of tough to say too. 自私 right. 自私 selfish. I talked about selfishness today earlier. 加 commend. 加 commend. Sorry, I'm kind of smiling because I sound like a broken record at this point. Anytime like as someone comes by, it's like, oh yeah, you know, I gotta stay on task, and it's like I'm who am I kidding? I'm not gonna stay on task when I have company. That's the whole point. And it's such a weird reflex, but it's practically a broken record. It's funny inside joke, you know? I feel like I can draw something for that. I think it should turn that into an emote or something. Okay, pun. Let's see. Pun. Yeah, pun was a little depressing. Mixed in identity. I keep thinking it's yen instead of pun. What is that? Pun is... hope for. So most of these are pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Let's look at first. I do want to make sure Chid. Oh, yeah, that is not correct. I totally wrote Chid as danger. But it's not. Wait, it is danger. I just wrote danger incorrectly twice. Yeah. Dang. No wonder it looks weird. It's fine. Good thing I noticed. At least I understand it feels weird. Alright, let's do our lessons.
旋律
旋律. Shen? Revolve. Lü. Law. Melody. A melody is made by having notes which revolve and resound according to the law of the song. That's kind of a tough one. What? Oh.
旋律
That's
倾
tough.
听
Ting ting. Ting ting. Ting, inclination to listen. Listen attentively. Or inclined to listen. Ting ting. That's okay.
倾听 信赖
Xing lai. Believe. Lie. Rely on, believe, and rely on. Trust. Yeah. That's a great way to
信赖
talk about trust. Believe and rely on.
分裂
分裂. Hurt. 裂. That's the split. Oh, split into parts. Okay. 分裂.
分裂山谷
山谷. Mountain 谷. Valley. Mountain valley.
山谷 旋律 山谷
听听.
倾听
Heck. Heck.
分裂
分裂.
信赖
信赖. Okay. I don't trust my hands right now. 旋转. 旋转. Revolve. 转. Pass through. To rotate. Oh, to turn. Oh, wait. Oh, I realized something. Oh, okay. That's fine. Turn. Yeah, that's fine. Revolve into turn. That's not Chuan. That's fine. Okay.
旋转
旋转. 旋转.
河谷
河谷. 河谷. Reminding myself about her. 河谷. River Valley makes sense.
河谷无赖
无赖. 无赖. No lie. Not trustworthy. Not reliable. Scoundrel.
无赖
I. Scoundrel.
结
Yeah, to sever. Yeah. Spade and a turkey? Jimmy Neutron is inside the electricity plant where he works part-time, chasing a turkey that is running around once again, plucking out wires and causing a mess. He takes out his high-tech spade and shoots it at the turkey, severing its head. The turkey continues to run around, the blood from his severed neck going all over the electricity. Wow, that's kind of gruesome. But I guess that's fine. Maybe a little more PG-13 would be like, Jimmy Neutron is inside the electricity plant where he works part-time chasing after a turkey. So he pulls out a high-tech, like it's like severing all the, pecking and severing and plucking all the wires from their connections to the generator. So he takes out a high-tech spade. No, the spade is getting lost. Spade, and instead like it's like a special mind controlling device that calms the turkey down, right? And has it. But spade. There's no other spade. This one's gonna be trouble. We'll see. Edge. Sever. Stop. And completely different. What? 截然不同. Completely down. 截然. Not same. Okay. Sever. So not same. Okay. Double checking stuff.
结宠
宠. To pamper. Oh, that's interesting. Dragon is involved in. Okay. A non-long. There is an ong though. The heckin' dollhouse. Charlie Brown is in the basement of the temple, where he pampers the dragon that is there to defend all the priceless relics. Okay. He has a stack of doll houses, the dragon's favorite snack, piled on the rock floor. He throws on after another into the dragon's open mouth, pampering it. He also pets it a bunch too. Charlie Brown is starting to overlap with Frodo. Alright, we'll go with this. 宠物. A pet? Oh, that's cute. The dot on. 宠爱.宠爱. 宠爱. Okay.
宠
宠. Okay. All right.
"旋转
Got it.
河谷
Ah!
结 无赖
Bye.
宠 愤
Indignant. Well, that's a fancy word. Indigence. Interesting. I need some help here. Okay. Okay. I usually use indignation, right? Yeah. Okay. Frodo is in the bathroom of the infirmary, where he is indignant at the doctor showing preferential treatment to the shellfish who are able to enter the stalls first. What the? Okay. Calm down. Hiding a cross inside a bunch of flowers. Okay. The last time, these like flower and cross, this seems like it's occurred before in Pun, right? Pun. Was shellfish in it too? I'm pretty sure it was. I feel like this is a potential. Oh no, it's not. Just kidding. Where have I seen this before? Where have I seen you before? Hiding a cross inside a bundle of flowers. Frodo? He airs his indignant grievances by stabbing the shellfish with his hidden cross, releasing its soul in the process. Maybe the other way around. So, Frodo's in the bathroom of the infirmary. Right, trying to recover. Trying to heal his soul. Right. From the indignant feelings of mistreatment from his adventures, right? The burdens on his souls. The doctors try to console him with flowers and faith, which I think I can use that with cross from now, and even money or shellfish. Yeah. Indignant. 气愤 愤怒. Oh, 愤怒 is paired with that. All right.
愤 毁
Wait. To destroy. That's awfully specific. The Hulk is in the basement of the beach house by the bay, where he's digging in the sandy soil below the shore with a comically huge mortar. He is looking for some missiles that is hidden in the sand beneath the beach house. Unfortunately, he digs too aggressive, causing him to hit the missile that's in the sand with his mortar. Boom, the entire basement and houses above is destroyed, and a huge incense everything. The Hulk is buried beneath the ruins. He himself also... Nah, he's just indestructible. It's fine. But this is good enough. I like it. 智慧. Oh, to self-destruct. Okay. 坠毁. 坠. I don't know that 坠. 死. 死毁. Destroy. Okay.
腿
So many more characters.
牢
Lao. Jail. Do I have anything specifically for jail yet? No, I don't think so. Oh no, it's the dollhouse again. Legolas is inside the barn, stuck inside a gigantic dollhouse. He's in the cow jail for stealing milk. Inside the jail next to him is a cow that look at him with disgust as he chops slowly on some hay. Alright, we're just gonna reverse it. I mean, it's funny, but Legolas is inside the barn, you know, taking care of the cows. However, they wrecked the, I'm gonna call it, it's like an expensive enclosure is how I'm gonna use the dollhouse from now on. An expensive enclosure. So he placed the cow in a jail or a cage, but you know, prison. that's a funny image. A cow munching slowly on some hay. Excuse me. Something from a family cartoon. Lao Yu. Lao Feng. Okay, film. Okay.
牢
Lao.
剑
Dian. Oh, that's arrow. Interesting. Jimmy Neutron is in the bathroom of the pawn shop, decorating it as instructed by his boss. Okay, he makes arrows from tusks and bamboo. Okay. And hangs them on the wall. Each arrow points in a different direction. The tusk and bamboo arrows contain a hidden message that only high IQ people like Jimmy can decipher. I mean, alright. That's how you're gonna pigeonhole the Jimmy Neutron thing? That's fair. Rocket or young. Interesting. Versus a missile. Arrowhead. Yento. Arrowhead, literally. Oh, it's Gung. Okay.
剑
I have heard of Tian for arrow.
柱
Ooh, to be stationed. Okay. It's still Zhu too for dwell. Interesting. It has the right. And then it had a horse next to it. George Costanza is in the bathroom of the house where he is stationed with his horse, naturally. They stand in the bathtub and George holds a candlestick high in the air to keep the bathroom lit. George is unsure how he got there and why he needs to be stationed with a horse in the house. Shouldn't they be in the stable or something? Ooh, I don't like these ones. I got a better one. Or, for my purposes. George is in the bathroom of a house. He is supposed to be stationed in the bathroom to receive guests, right? Receive guests. It's a fancy bathroom, but it's someone's fancy house. Instead, he horsed around with the candlestick. With the fancy candlesticks. There is a chance this could end up being... I could end up thinking it's the English manner, but that's fine. Garrison. Ooh, sure. Okay. Do I have... Yeah, guard? Oh, yeah, it's a garrison. Ooh, Hua. He's stationed in China, that makes sense. Okay.
住，份，
Hmm. This is probably the
老，
weakest one. The other ones are pretty good today.
尾，
Unless there's more. I wasn't keeping track.
住，见，
Oh, there are more. Oh no. We're getting so many more characters now. What the heck? It's 5 extra characters each. Oh no. I think I'm gonna start to slowly descend into madness. Domestic animals. Yeah, there are far less vocabulary now. There's more than 50% characters. Characters are getting out of control. Shun. Oh, Shun. I see a Shun in there. Cow and alien. Shrek is in front of the English manor, where he is in charge of the domestic animals. He is next to a cow on the huge immaculate lawn, letting it graze, and suddenly an alien beams the cow up. You know? That's... Oh, come on. You missed the alien abduction? An alien comes down from the sky and decides to make Shrek his domestic animal. That does... Alright, we're gonna... So Shrek is in front of the English manor. He's in charge, right, of animals. But just his luck, it's starting to sound like Charlie Brown. Charge of the animals, the cows. But then, suddenly, an alien spaceship comes and beams and abducts the cows. Leaves Shrek because, well, he's an ogre. Not a domestic animal. Okay. Shunko. Rot? Animal? Not cultured enough. Rot. British spelling of draft? Wait, that doesn't help. Oh my gosh, we're going British. What? What? A draft and that doesn't help either. Wait, hold up. A draft animal is a domesticated animal used to pull heavy. Oh. That's how you wow. I wasn't expecting this. At Taiwan though. So Taiwan. So wow. You squeezed how do you even squeeze something like that in there? Okay. I see how it is. Alright, those are some characters.
生，揪，
Yo, entangle. What was entangle? It kind of looks like this. Hold up. Entangle. Oh no, it's not. Karamu. Karamu is... No. No. Dang. Although, yeah, no, Torch still exists though. Okay. Jimmy Neutron's in front of the bakery carrying a high-tech torch that he needs to use to light the ovens in the bakery. He runs towards the bakery door only to accidentally get entangled in a pile of silk threads and croissants that's on the sidewalk in front of the door. He struggles to get free while holding on to his high-tech torch above his head, but just gets entangled further. Oh, I thought they were gonna go and like set the place on fire, which yeah, you could accidentally do that. Hmm. Oh, those are hard. That is really tough. Hmm. A high-tech torch. Could be a flashlight. And then how would you get entangled? We're just gonna have to deal with it. I think this one's gonna... That is easily the weakest one. Jason. Dispute. Entangle. Disorderly. Disorderly. Entangle. 飞向 entangle. Correct. Entangle. Ooh, this one.
纠 蓝
Not good. Lan fence. I think saloon doors and trees are becoming really questionable. Legolas is inside the pawn shop where he's trying to make a fence around the door to prevent customers from coming in and annoying him. Why would Legolas do that? He uses a tree and the wood from some secondhand saloon doors to create a small fence. If any customer tries to jump over, he throws vintage letters at them until they turn around and... Oh my. Okay. Fence. So we're talking about the literal fence as opposed to fencing. Yes. Okay. Legolas is inside the pawn shop. Trying to sell special elven special fence made of elven wood. That's where the tree is coming from. I don't know what the letters are for. Oh no, they're letters. Yes, as well as we're just gonna do vintage stationery. Convert letters into stationery at the saloon door entrance. Trying to sound like Xena. Sounds like a fence. Like to fence something to sell. A column? Lan Mu. Fence and eye. What? Oh, cattle pen next.
蓝主
Started strong today, and we're going into the pits. George Costanza is in the basement of the house where he's sitting next to the elder, slowly boiling a sun. The sun, which is strangely cold, is in the... Oh my goodness. All right, George Costanza is in the basement. Basement of an of the house of an elder, chilling in the man cave, right? The man cave. Waiting on some delicious, oh no, stew to cook under the sun lamp and burner, and on the burner, right? Good enough. Vibe day. 煮 boiled eggs, 水煮蛋 makes sense. 煮 cafe, brew cafe. Oh, interesting. Kind of reminds me of Yaku.
煮
Like how you can use it for
户
multiple manner of things relating to that activity. Ooh, oh, it's been a while seeing declaration. Decoration and bottle. Koopa. Koopa is in the bathroom of the house where he's come across a bottle of strong liquor. Strong turtles. Attached to it is a declaration saying that nobody should drink it, strongly advising that it is too strong, especially for turtles. Koopa ignores it, and sure enough, the drink is so strong that he immediately falls on his face into the tub. We'll try to do that. Ku Si. To strongly resemble. Wholehearted. 冷酷无情. Oh man. Cold, strong, nothing feeling. Cold-hearted. That captures my objective heart right there. Cold-hearted.
户
Sometimes reality can sound pretty cold-hearted.
生 揪
Wait, I think I got something I can use for this. Yeah, this one's not great, so... Jimmy Neutron is in front of the bakery, entangled in another weird experiment. He is trying to install special silk sheets to store croissants for longer periods of time. Presumably they are also fire resistant. Tested by using his high-tech torch. Outside. I guess. Man. You would think it's on the inside, so that could be a problem still.
煮
煮 and this one's pretty weak too. Ah! A great example. One's okay.
户
There's some weaknesses in both.
燃
Yep. Really weak. Alright. So we're getting double the character volume. Nearly double the character volume. Man. I guess this is where it tapers off. Where it's totally just... There's not enough vocabulary. 160. Alright. No whammies, no whammies. Yeah. Starting to crash out on energy. Oh, I just realized I have this character already that I'm working on in Wanikani. Oh, right, because it's yeah. No, they both are old. What the... Oh. Yeah.
畅谈，
他们整晚都在畅谈。
山岗，
我们爬上了一个高高的山岗。
Man,
跨国，
这是一家跨国公司。
is weak. It's such a good word too. Multinational.
面膜，
我晚上用面膜。
The Ek. Wait.
氛围，
浴室温暖的氛围。
One day I will spell that correctly. One day.
苏，
That's kind of weak.
侧，
I just used this. And now it's gone. Oh.
顺畅，
计划执行得很顺畅。
强化，
强化我们的技能。
强化我的技能，我们的技能。Strengthen? Okay.
畅销，
这本杂志畅销海外。
Heck.
圆，指，正确，
这是正确的方法。
What? What? Oh, that's a typo.
喊，支票，
我用支票支付了餐费。
只好
下雨了，我们只好回家。
Must. I guess must works or have to. Okay. It's a stronger should.
加速
汉字英雄加速你的汉字学习。
It's increase in speed, or maybe quicker, or to accelerate. Yeah, increase speed, or speed up, or increase speed. Okay. Skeleton. Wait, what happened? Oh.
野餐
我爱在夏天野餐。
峰会
许多领导人出席了峰会。
气氛
这里的气氛很轻松。
Heck! What?
“鞋
Wait. Hold on. I need to double back on that one. Oh, everything's going to put
饮食
他的饮食很奇怪。
推广
中国政府希望推广中文。
like popularize
去
Oh, come on. Oh, they want like muscular arm.
歌剧
歌剧院
Oh no. Oh no. Just gonna go for it. Oh no. Oh. I'm not so sure.
杰作
大家都认为那是一件杰作。
睡袋
这款睡袋很轻便。
Oh wait. I think it's
称号
它配得上模范教师的称号。
what? Like name tag title. Okay. All right. Register name tag title.
以下
房间里温度是10度以下。
导入，
这个国家最近导入了一种新的环保技术。
挖，
What the wait? Oh, I missed G.
画，洗刷，
他正在洗刷窗户。
What? Oh no, wait, that's not her. Just kidding.
嘉宾，
他是我们节目的特别嘉宾。
比如，
爬树的动物，比如猫。
Or like, for example, yeah, like is fine. Yeah, like is fine. What? Huh? Oh, that's Yi. Oh no, wait. Hold up. What?
聘，
What? Oh no. Wait. Wait.
醋，
Heck you, vinegar.
偏见，
他们在这里对外国人有偏见。
偏见。Okay.
壮实，
这是一个很壮实的长凳。
当兵，
当兵需要体能。
Or military service, serve in the military. Okay. What, the orchid? Oh no. I'm gonna wait.
或
Oh my goodness. Oh dang. That's sometimes. That's a typo.
黄昏，
我们在黄昏时回家。
监视，
他们使用监视设备保护安全。
踢开，
他踢开了门。
I like to say today's going really, really well, but I mean, it can turn south at any time, given that the average is like 98% or 97%. It can just fall off the face of the planet all of a sudden.
挤压，
牙膏管被挤压干净了。
Yeah, squeeze. What? Oh, wrong phone. Boy, wait. What?
城墙，
古城墙。
遇到，
我遇到了一个奇怪的问题。
Or encounter or find. Find. To find meet, but It's also bump into. Okay. Rip. That's ba. Counter. I tried. That's not it. It's fine. I didn't want to type back, so that was.
郊区
郊区比市区安静得多。
I feel good. I feel
坝
good after being able to say something today. It was very liberating.
尾
You practice that?
压力
Okay.
傻
Okay. Whoa.
傲慢
不要傲慢，要学会谦虚。
末尾
这本书的末尾有一个惊喜。
What the heck? Wait, what? Despair? Oh no, that's tragic. Hmm. Why? Wait.
线
Hmm.
丈夫
她的丈夫很善良。
挑选
Oh,
她挑选了一件红色衬衫。
I must have wrote the wrong tone.
了 炒锅
你知道怎么用炒锅吗？
What the?
不想
我感觉到了不祥的气氛。
No, not like this. Hold up. Not the umbrella and the heckin' umbrella and hair again. This is definitely tragic. Oh, I got it.
悲惨
这是一场悲惨的意外。
Okay. Just had to. What? Oh, I thought I had that. Dang it. What?
见
That was disappointing.
撤乙头痛
我最近头痛很严重。
两侧，
街道的两侧都是树木。
两侧。Okay. Heck. Heck! I went for it and it failed. What? Oh no, that's not it.
债务，
他正在处理债务问题。
That's weird. That one's weird.
侧面，
房子的侧面有一棵大树。
Heck! Heck! What? Oh, man. What in the...
歇工，
工人因为雨天歇工。
Okay, I need to think about that one. That's not helping. What the... What the watchtower mouth? Oh.
感叹，
老人感叹这些年来的变化。
No.
拨款，
我们必须为紧急情况拨款。
屋，
Heck! Oh.
数，
It's over. Oh no. Oh, you are so recognizable. Yet.
急，
Oh my gosh. What's happening right now? Oh, that sucked. What? Ay, ay, ay. What in the... I don't know what's going on anymore. Uh...
总结，
全面总结。
Dang it! What is... Alright, I'm gonna try this.
进攻，
这是一场意外的进攻。
Oops. Why? What's happening? Speak to me. Why don't I remember what you are? What is that crossbeam doing in there? Is it like... Oh no, I don't know.
应
Oh no.
组
What the heck? What?
出场
绝不让废品出场。
间
Oh,
吗
obviously. Okay.
壮观
山上的景色十分壮观。
Magnificent. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
华 宝库
这个图书馆是知识的宝库。
这个图书馆是知识的宝库。How do I do like like a treasure trove? Heck! Oh,
习
yeah. Oh no, treasure works. Okay. What? Oh, cherish. They're all related. It's fine. Wait.
交锋
他们在辩论中交锋。
Yeah.
幻觉
他经常有幻觉。
Oh no, that's not how that works. That's Japanese. Oh wait. Is that still true though? No. Is it? No, it's not. Oh no. I still don't know what this is. Oh wait. Dang it. The bottom thing looks so weird. Oh, this is so disappointing. Like I don't even know what the meaning is. I don't even know what the I can't even break this down. Look. Theme. A caliper. Wait. Oh my gosh.
寻
I don't even know what I mean, I don't even know what the mnemonic was. Something like... That's so awful. But we'll go with it for now till it becomes truly gone. Probably more noticeable in a sentence. Not the mouth. We worked on this. And it's gone. Oh no, wait. It's back. Heck, it's not. Oh no, 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 no. That's the spelling is fine. What? Oh no, wait. I think I know what went down there. I don't. No. Okay.
很新 宽大
我喜欢宽大的客厅。
剧
What? Oh no, wait. That's refuse. Hmm.
键盘
这是我最喜欢的键盘。
Okay.
掏钱
这次由你来掏钱吧。
铝
What? Wait. Oh, 洪水。
二 所以
天太冷，所以我不去了。
Wait, what? Oh no, 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 wait. It's 江水。
江水
江水，
江水
not
清澈
江水，
见底。
江水。I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Oh man. Oh, okay. I see how it is.
红扑扑
运动后，他的脸红扑扑的。
Man, things are getting wild.
等鱼 也
Ugh, that's fa. Um, I just threw it out there. Okay.
受罚
他们因打架而受罚，
Accept responsibility or punishment. Or to be punished.
米醋
这道菜需要米醋，
审肺炎
肺炎很严重，
凉爽
秋天常常很凉爽，
Oh boy. Um,
药笔杆
他把笔杆弄断了，
非凡
那是一个非凡的机会，
麻醉
医生给他麻醉了，
唱
what the heck? This feels like it's recent. Mouth and two body parts again. Guard. And guard. Oh.
拉
Oh, I missed a G. It's brutal.
"承诺
承诺需要付出努力才能实现，
No, it's weak. Even for being recent. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
屏障
Oh, it
我们
does.
需要一个屏障来保护，
Oh. Ah! Hmm. Oh, I think I figured this out and now it's gone. Oh, right.
拐点，
我们的讨论进入了一个拐点。
带，期盼，
他期盼有一个新开始。
Or I guess just hopes. 期盼 periods hope. Hmm.
血液，
检查血液可以发现疾病。
What? Oh no! Wait! It's two. It's two.
半途而废，
不要半途而废，坚持到最后。
Oh no! That's emperor, not imperial. Oh, extraordinary! I've got to the A. It's atypical or unusual. I think unusual is fine, but unusual is a little bit more negative.
作废，
这张票已经作废了。
灭绝，
这个物种将会灭绝。
What? Oh, eliminate. That's kind of similar. What? Wait. Huh. Wait.
暴风雨，
昨晚的暴风雨很强。
Oh no. Oh.
记，消灭，
酒精可以消灭细菌。
Oops. Wrong tone. I meant to type 3 there.
液体，
牛奶是一种液体。
What? Oh, wait. Oh no. Wait. Oops.
自语，
To hope for. It's an auspicious look forward to. Hope. It's a finger ring. Hmm.
魔
Hmm.
暴力
他反对暴力，
What incarnation is all of that? Oh.
炉
I think finger is fine, right? And
指甲
他不小心把指甲弄断了，
okay. 指甲 What? Oh, fingernail, not ring. Yeah, fingernail. Oh, my bad. Okay, it's fine.
纸
That one's weird. Oh, yikes.
挖 绑 盐
Hmm.
碟 瓶
What? Oh. Okay. Yeah. This one kind of
Mo.
sucks right now. That's slow, very slow.
木 门铃
有人按了门铃，
Um.
烤鸭
这家餐厅的烤鸭很好吃，
甜
Oh. Darn.
区域
这个区域很美丽，
墨
Hmm.
力
Wait. Which Lee is this? Stern? Oof, this one.
阔
Dang you. It's not a gap. This is recent, right? I think this was. Like licking in a gap. This is a pass. Broad. Yeah. The gap was broad. And the tape. We're trying to make the adhesive tape. That's from yesterday. So we just push. We push through for a second round. What? Okay, it's not photo. It's oh.
痛， 询问，
他们正在询问顾客需求。
What the maze, dude?
与，
What in I think that, yeah, I think I know it.
感恩节，
我们在感恩节吃火鸡。
茶壶，
他喜欢用这个茶壶泡茶。
浪漫，
他喜欢看浪漫的电影。
Man, romantic is weird.
板， 词，
Oh wait. It's kind of like eliminate go extinct. I swear I typed extinct, but in general, but fine. I think this is hunch.
汗水，
汗水有一种咸味。
Perspiration. Fair enough. I just went over this, right? It was like broad or wide. We're pushing, right? We're pushing that.
盼望，
他盼望能早点回家。
I don't know why. Okay, fair enough. You want one extra word. And you also want one extra word here too.
-年，
Right.
紫色，
他的鞋子是紫色。
It's been a good day. This one's one of the winners, right? One of the stronger days. So now we're going on character overdrive. Looks like character overdrive is happening. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a prompt today. We'll push again. So in the next 3 days, I need to do 2 double prompts, right? If I do 2 double prompts, then that brings us up to current again. Yeah, not today. Not today. It'll be alright. Still have half a month. I can't pass up the opportunity to talk to people. Let's see. This is... Wait. Lan. No. Tian. Ooh. Wait. Is it just cool or is it cool? Cool. Lan. Jie. Chong. Oh, Chong is kind of weak. Chong. Pen. Sheng. Chu. Oh, wait. That's not Sheng. This is Lao. Sheng. Chu. Jiao. Alright. Lots of characters. Okay. Tianting. Heck. Xing Lai. Shen. Shen 什么？玄爪。河谷。无赖。Or yeah, 无赖。香谷。 Shen. 旋律. This one's the trickiest one, I think. Fen 什么? 分类. Okay. Yeah, 分类. Okay, so we have Hulk in the basement of the beach house. Dig with a giant mortar. With a giant mortar in the soil, right? And then looking for missiles. Kaboom! Destroyed. Hulk is fine. He's indestructible. Okay. Then we have Jimmy Neutron in the bathroom being commissioned by the pawn shop owner to create arrows. And he cleverly used some bamboo and some tusks. Now we have Koopa, who's chilling in the house, in someone's house, maybe in a house party, in the bathroom, came across a bottle that proclaims, or declares actually, declares there's some strong stuff. But Koopa, mischief, drank it, slapped right on the ground. Too strong for turtles. Alright, now we have Legolas. Legolas taking a vacation time. Oh no, Legolas is managing a pawn shop on his spare time. He wants people to enjoy the fences made of elvish wood, right? Elvish craftsmen, wooden elvish wood. And he was advertising it next to his other stationery stuff, other wood products, like letters. Next to the entrance, right? The saloon doors. Okay. Then we have Jimmy Neutron, who is in the electricity plant, trying to take care once again of a turkey problem. The turkey went around severing connections to willy-nilly to generators. Jimmy Neutron pulls out a high-tech spade. Guess I took care of the business by severing the turkey's head, or mind controlling it, whichever. It's a spade. He converted the spade. I don't know. This one's relatively weak. Then we have Charlie Brown, who's in the basement of the temple. Well, somehow he's been roped into feeding expensive wooden dollhouses, his dollhouses to a dragon. Right? He's pampering a dragon somehow. That's the life of Charlie Brown. What's dragon? We have Stan, Moon, and the dragon part. I don't actually know how that is. It interesting, and there are 4 strokes. I don't think I've ever written dragon out. Huh. So like, yeah. It. 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 I like that. Okay. Pet Dragon. Charlie Brown just wants a friend, right? Pet Dragon's fine too. Let's see, we have Frodo, who's in the bathroom of the infirmary, where he's indignant after his long journey of mistreatment, and the doctors try to comfort his soul by maybe compelling him to fate with a cross, right? Fate. Some flowers, possibly even some cash. Maybe have him seek shellfish. Okay, and then we have Legolas, who's in the taking a break, you know, doing some barn work, and some cows were being mischievous, right? Running a lot, damaging the expensive enclosure, the barn. They had to put them in jail, or put them in the cage. Then we have George Costanza, who's in the basement of one of his buds, his elderly bud. No, wait. This is the... Oh, no. This is the other one, actually. I have multiple. This one is Zhu. So Zhu... George Costanza is in the bathroom of an expensive house, right? He's been stationed, trying to be a host to receive people, but instead he just horsed around. Horsed around and messing with the expensive candlesticks. We have Shrek, who's in front of the English Manor on the luscious, immaculate garden, taking care of the domestic animals, which include some cows. And suddenly, they got abducted by aliens. Right. We're not interested in Shrek. He's an ogre. Then we have George Costanza again. This time he's visiting the house of an elder he knows. And the elder is very welcoming. They're both waiting for some delicious food under a sun lamp and burner to finish boiling and cooking, right? And then lastly, we have Jimmy Neutron, who finds himself outside of the bakery, entangled with a new experiment where he's testing some special silk that can be useful for fireproofing the store or the bakery, I guess. And he tests it with like his high-tech torch. That's probably the weakest one. Or this one is weak, and not the Charlie Brown one. Charlie Brown one's kind of okay. Legolas one is pretty good. Gel and Lao and Yo. It's pretty weak. All right, and the rest today, it was a good day. It was a pretty quick, decent day. We had a visit, a bit of a yap. So I'm gonna push my Inktober prompt, right? So what does that mean? I have to make up 2 Inktober prompts. So the next 2 days will be double prompt days. I don't think there's any beating around the bush. I think Wanikani has a slightly heavy load tomorrow. Kind of would love it. Thing is a little bit more moderated. I could squeeze it in today. I don't think I would be in a very energetic manner to pull it off. I mean, if craziness comes to craziness, I could do a triple prompt day on the shortest Wanikani day, which is coming up soon. There's a very short Wanikani day. We have 3 spare days. We have 3 days before the level up in Wanikani, and those are going down in volume. So tomorrow it could be a single prompt day, then the following 2 days would be a double prompt day. Then we would be caught up current again, and then I would have to make up another day because the following day is the level up day. Level up days I'm not going to do October prompt. 4 hours plus 2 in it, like 2 hours here, 6 hours straight is far more than I can hit. Last year, you know, all the previous years, I actually just clear the entire calendar of things and focus on drawing. So this is still a little bit tough. Although this time my prompts they get faster over time and they get more involved and more iterative over time. So I'm learning to like lean in on something. It's kind of cool. I'm thinking there's a potential to make like a 3D printed things. I'm kind of thinking about like I can actually turn whatever idea I have currently into something to be considered. Like I could make a line of cards or something. That'd be kind of interesting. Anyways, more on that later. For now, this is the end of our session, HanziHero session, right? We're gonna watch this later. 谢谢. I'll probably take this time to catch up all the videos and whatnot. Oh, I forgot to share this with Procall, and others, whoever random 1 or 2 people. So YouTube is rolling out a new feature. Oh, you're still here? Okay. Here's something interesting that happened, Procall. YouTube is rolling out a new thing, like a new feature for creators, and I don't know, they say they select randomly sampled people and whatnot to do this. Maybe that's the case, or maybe that's a lot of people. Regardless, it's called courses. So it's a special listing to queue up a playlist of things deliberately designed to educate people. So like videos in a video series in a different category that is designed specifically to walk people through instructional material. And it was unexpected. I don't know if this has a pre-selection for education. Like, it is something that I imagine YouTube was going to do at some point. Twitch, in my opinion, is completely user-based. So, like, when they introduce a category, it's really up to the user base. But YouTube might not be. And the thing about that is, I kind of like that there's some sort of pre-selection for it. I don't know how they also mentioned that advertisement and stuff, obviously, but maybe because it's labeled as a course, an educational thing, that might be something that helps discoverability in a different way. So I haven't decided if I'm going to convert something and write it as instructional material. Now, the thing that I think I get worried about is providing instructional material. There's a fine line between providing results versus like results for accuracy versus results for efficacy, right? Like oftentimes education is often defined by accuracy. And I think that is not quite the courses I would be designing. However, it would be kind of interesting. And there are many topics that I've cultivated over the years that could be used as a casual instructional things. So like the thing about the courses is they're going to be purely instructional. So I do not make any claim or disclaimers or anything in it. It's not going to be like a discussion type thing, like the stuff that we ramble about. You know, that's not going to be the format. It will be the format that I used to do as a professional, which is you do seminars and you disseminate information in an organized way. It will be scripted and like recorded in advance, and everything will be written in an organized way and disseminated in an organized way. So it's not the type of thing that I have done in a long while, but I have to look into what does it mean to list something as a course. If it creates a pre-selection and a vetting process, I would love to try to do something formal. And I've been waiting. I actually anticipated something like this to happen, where there's a splinter in pre-selection, so that things can be less of a mess and more incredibly dependent on an algorithm, right? An algorithm removes the mess, but when you're doing discovery, it's kind of a mess with a bias. And we can start small. Like, I would love to do a series where if you analyze a problem, right? Maybe like it would be a case study problem. I love doing these in seminar classes. In advanced levels, right? Like whichever field you're in, when you get to like graduate level studies, oftentimes most of the curriculum and stuff is seminar based. And the seminar based curriculum is to exchange ideas while giving a very proper format. So the person presents an idea, an analysis of the idea, like they would collect a primary literature. So they would use primary literature, analyze it, disseminate its core points, and then following that, allow for feedback and stuff in order to present the next one. So I have thought about taking smaller examples and then start building up to a larger example. So it could be arranging anything, but the idea is it would be what would be a series called? It would be critical analyses by me. So I would take something and then I would poll for the question at hand. And it's not to give answers per se, but to challenge the idea that things you want to think about, things you want answers to, or what I think would come to mind when I look at things. So say there's going to be a trend on a primary literature that suggests a media coverage of a primary literature that suggests this particular compound X is able to do this. So I would do maybe like a 15 to 20 minute video about instructing how to go about taking apart the information for use for application in question. So not necessarily an instruction to tell you what to do, but an instruction on how to think about things. And that would allow me to do pretty much about anything, right? Like the context itself is independent of the instructional skill that I'm trying to demonstrate, which I haven't really actually done that except every once like 100 days or every end of something, which is a very long period. I wanted to convert basically the things that I've done at the beginning, end, and in interim reports as the format. So I'm kind of curious. I have to think about it. It'll take a lot of prep time and whatnot, because if I'm gonna design a course, at least in my opinion, and obviously YouTube is not suggesting that there's a disclaimer or something like, oh, everyone, only professionals can do this thing. I just like the idea that when someone comes to this section, they're looking for educational material. They're looking to acquire a different skill. But I'm not here to give you the how to make something. Like I feel like a lot of people's content can already be filtered into the course section. None of this stuff that I does, because it's not instructional. 99% of the stuff that's being shown is not instructional. It's demonstrating. Demonstrating to me does not come with instructions, right? And the way to describe the course is purely in a way to instruct, right? So it would be a different format now. I wouldn't be treating or talking as a way of creating equal exchange. This is when you're in the classroom environment where the instructor is the one responsible for disseminating the accuracy and the fidelity of the information. And it's not up to conversation, as in you're there to provide feedback at the end, but it's not a discussion of how I execute my presentation, which is interesting. And even then, like, I still welcome feedback, because I've been so long in the position where even in grad school, what you're looking for is you're looking for feedback. You're looking for peer review. And that is something that I don't think that's what YouTube is looking for in terms of courses. So I haven't done it in a way where maybe there's a way to separate. And if someone's looking at courses, they're looking to be informed about something, as opposed to being entertained and being treated as an intellectual equal. I don't think I've ever done that I think it's been over a decade since I've ever felt where I'm writing something for the sole purpose that someone is going to be looking to benefit from it, right? I don't offer benefits or guarantees, so it can be a little bit up in the air. I haven't decided how I'm going to go about that. It can be about this stuff, like converting, looking for like breaking down one's own aptitudes, like providing theoretical and conceptual ways of looking at how to optimize, self-evaluate, and not emotional stuff. Like we're not talking about emotional stuff, but it'll be interesting. I don't know yet. It happened yesterday, so the stuff showed yesterday. I'm not prepared for that at the moment. Lots of interesting things happened this week. I can't wait to see what the future brings. I think I can do these pretty short. Like keeping them short will be interesting. Like I don't know if the courses, when you think of courses, often people think of 50-minute things, right? Like classroom things. However, I'm actually doing the opposite. Oh, I'm kind of doing the opposite. I'm trying to reduce the things that I spend hours talking about down to something like 50 minutes. And that can really force me to be more trite and concise with these concepts. Like the first concept is time management. And that's probably probably the first concept, which is time management. Maybe like I really don't like the idea of saying study strategies, but more so maybe like, yeah, time management is a tricky one. Yeah, time management is very tricky. So the nice thing about things that are tricky is that as long as you put in a lot of effort to cover the many versions of time management, it feels like there's something for everyone. That's the tricky topics are the ones that feel, for example, I can tackle archetypically the 4 or 5 different types of time management and then explore all the parameters and explain all the parameters that they are involved in. So like, for example, the first time management strategy would be procrastination. Procrastination would probably be the first topic. So addressing procrastination's place in time management. And no, it won't be something like procrastination is bad. It's the pros and cons about how one can utilize procrastination in an appropriate environment, right? And then we have spread out. So spread out, but not consecutive. So non-successive. So front load. So we do like, there's also front load strategy. Oh, there's so many, but at least principally for time management, we have different strategies. My mind is spinning when it comes to designing a course. It's one of the great joys of teaching. So where we have front load as a contrast to procrastination. So what the idea is to, how can you elevate your procrastination? How can you elevate your front load? And what are the pitfalls that you want to mitigate, right? That's the type of thing. It's not to say if the strategy is viable or not. It's to educate, to be aware of what you can take advantage of, because it's a mix. Some days you procrastinate, sometimes you front load. Front load is when you do everything first and quickly, and there are drawbacks to that. And then we have spaced non-consecutive, and then consecutive spaced. So oftentimes non-consecutive is a small burst. So they're distributed burst, as in if you know that it's going to take, I don't know, 36 hours, you split them into 3 12-hour bursts with a lot of void time in between, right? And that deals with the concept of background processing. So front load and procrastination rarely has background processing involved. When you do non-consecutive, there's a lot of background processing, and consecutive ones whenever it's space. Consecutive space is like you distribute to the lowest volume that you can feasibly do in consecutive. It doesn't have to run the entire period, right? So if it takes 36 hours, what is the lowest interval that you can stay concentrated? So like 30 minutes. So then you would spread the 30 minutes in consecutive days. This is a different aspect because there's consistency involved. You are consistently doing something as opposed to being non-consecutively doing something. Front load can be consistent, and front load and procrastination is part of a consecutive property. But the consecutive property has long-term and short-term effects. Front loading and procrastination has short-term effects, like on the short term in terms of diligence. And then consecutive ones have long-term effects. They are very habit forming, right? But you can make habit formations of these. How do you make and emphasize and improve procrastination as a short form consecutive thing? You do many projects. So for procrastination and front loading, oftentimes a stagger format is excellent, because if you're constantly front loading, you want to stagger your front loads to get an achievable source. Like literally stagger the times. For consecutive, you can stack. So when you have a time schedule like this, you can stack the activities. 30 minutes this, 30 minutes that, 30 minutes that, right? Like 3 types of 30 minutes that don't overlap with each other. So you have to find stacking with some mutual. There's mutual, destructive, or destructive is not a great word, interference, right? And then synergistic. So when you do something like a spread out consecutive model, you can choose routes in which you understand that you're doing 2 activities scheduled together that are mutually separate from each other. And then you have there's a chance that they can be interfering with each other, right? And then you can do 2 that are staggered apart, that are stacked together, that are synergistic with each other, right? These are different aspects of having a consecutive spaced out time management. And then procrastination and front loading, you can use to compartmentalize. There's compartmentalization used for procrastination and front loading. These are the people who say, it's gonna suck, I'm gonna get it out of the way. It's gonna suck, I'm gonna wait till the last minute, right? And these run parallel to the type of personality as well, like the things that you approach. When you procrastinate a lot, it's not uncommon. It's very associated and correlated with someone who either exercise avoidant behavior. Avoidant behavior often leads to procrastination. And then there's the front loaders who prefer to compartmentalize the duty, so when they get it done, they don't have to think about it anymore. Meanwhile, when you have spaced out things, those are individuals who focus on background processing. So you can brainstorm and ruminate over the course of the working model. And oftentimes this is tied to the nature of the project, right? The nature of the project has a time schedule, right? And it also leads to the goals of your client. How can you leverage that? So that, to me, is already pretty awesome. Like, I can already think of 60, 70 videos regarding these topics, but it would be very slow and methodical, as opposed to like, oh, hey, you forgot this, you forgot that. It's like, well, yes, I haven't gotten to it yet. That's the whole point, right? But I haven't thought about this at all. Right now, what I'm currently doing is that it's a mix of all these things. It's very difficult. Like, that's why time management is tricky. Oftentimes, there are elements of all of these things in someone's schedule. The question is, are you able to try to find some clarity in all of the mess to choose when and where to tweak and how to tweak it? And creating the awareness through instructional material is probably a great way to do that. Now, my biggest concern, obviously, is that there are plenty of internet gurus out there, and their goal is to simplify the matter. Like, I often talk about this. It's a big thing that I keep in mind. Simplifying is different from dumbing down. Right? Dumbing down is reductive in nature. You can simplify things for clarity, but it's not to make it any less complex. It's to capture the complexity in a manner that is, instead of using the word simplify, it's more in a manner that is comprehensible. Comprehensible, approachable, and relevant. When you simplify something, you can get a bit of relevance because it's so simplified that it can be generalized. So, in my opinion, many of the gurus out there, which is for very reasonable, pragmatic reasons, when you're selling something, you want to simplify, get to the chase, cut to the chase. The hustle culture, right? There's trade-offs that they have to make, right? So when you simplify, it becomes incredibly generalizable. So everything feels relatable because it's so general. When was the, like, if you ever meet someone who believes in psychic readings, the readings are generalized enough to a pattern, and that pattern can be interpretively generalizable to most people. Like, this person is 40, they probably experienced a hardship sometime in their life. So if you generalize like, oh, there was a time in your life that you struggled with something, of course, statistically, you are likely to be able to interpretively find that to be applicable to you. So when it comes to instructional material, the idea is to reduce, making it generalizable, but more comprehensible and reliable despite its complexity, right? So none of the, oh, it's easy, you do 1, 2, and 3. Oh, it's easy, you just liberate time. No, we're gonna be, this is an example of how you can tweak this. I'll give you an example, and then hopefully you can apply that example and extend it to your own examples and your own anecdotes. That's the way, in my opinion, what makes universities, at least in my opinion, in my ideal case, instructional, right? You say something, you use an example, and you hopefully, with enough context of that person's professor, like your professor has a, when you're in professorship, you have an edge that YouTube and Twitch does not provide. Maybe until now, right? Until now. Like, for example, Twitch does not provide this. When you click on education or studying section, it does not provide you with the expectation that represents what the thing is when you're doing it. At least for me personally, when I say I'm studying and co-working, I'm literally wanting to study while co-working with other. Why does that sound so weird when I'm saying it? That is the idea, but that doesn't fit all models. So in YouTube, that might not still work out. But the idea is it's still more than, hey, oh, this is just another guy gonna give me the skippy, like, I'm just gonna come in and ask them for a hot take. I'm not here for hot takes. Hot takes, in my opinion, are great for business. It's great for selling products. It's great for people who don't have a lot of time, right? And I personally go to people who can cut to the chase when you don't have time. When I make a course, I'm not here to say that your time is invaluable. I don't sit here and make fluff pieces for things. I want to tell you that yes, all these things are important to me, and I want to inculcate that it is important to you. But if you choose to say it is a waste of time and it's not worth your time, you at least know how long it is, what its intent is, and you don't have to watch it, which is great because that would help me a lot. It would help me in a way that when I actually put, and hear me out, I know I say I do my best all the time, but I'm doing my best in a different way. Like when I'm streaming, the best is the energy is placed in somewhere else. It's placed in empathy, which is what I was ranting about earlier today, right? In this week, the effort is placed in empathy, trying to mutually discuss things, right? That's empathy, trying to exchange ideas, trying to be cognizant and synthesize stranger information. That is where all the effort goes in. That is literally empathy, even though I constantly get accused of being unempathetic, right? That's what I mean by that. But if a course is set and it selects enough, if YouTube presents it in a way enough, I think it can remove my haphazard awareness. Like, it's a compensation for my coping, right? It's a coping strategy. Basically, I like to believe that when they want a separate section for education, when people go in to discover educational instructional material, they come with a different set of expectations, right? No, you are not there to argue against me or share opinions with me. You are there to tell me if the things I'm saying are helpful or not. As in, if they're not relevant, explain with an evidence of how it is relevant or not relevant, right? It is not about the idea like, oh, okay, I don't vibe with you, right? And then that's your constructive feedback. That is, I welcome all those things, but that's not going to be the intent if I am to make a course. Like, I thought about the whole master course thing and stuff, like master classes and whatnot. I want something that bridges those. But the thing is, when you get someone to pay for something, right? When you get a master class, there's something that happens psychologically. When you pay for something like a tuition, an education, there is a lot of strong, already pre-selected commitments on top of all the self-selection to make you want to make it work. When you apply for a job, you work really hard to get the job. So making it work becomes a commitment, right? YouTube and Twitch both do not do that right now. That's where content creation has no inherent built-in vetting process. It is through the cultivation of relationships and empathy and parasocial relationships that create that vetting process. So what happens is the most popular people get the most opportunities to gain a relationship status, a parasocial relationship status. That is independent of whether the stuff they make lead to codependency or have instructional material in the first place. It's what they do that they like that you become attached to. And that's great. That's a awesome, wholesome way to exchange entertainment, right? Now, the thing is, despite those, there are plenty of there are wonderful channels that do instructional material as well, but they are not pre-selected to be encouraging to do instructional material. The people who go there are there to be entertained first before being instructional most of the time. Like, when you look at the majority of comments, I'm not saying there aren't people there. There are really wonderful people in like the Green Brothers comments and whatnot. There are exceptional communities. And even within those exceptional communities, it does not stop someone from behaving normally. Like, oh, that's such a neat idea. I'm probably not going to remember, but keep up the good work. Like, yes, that is an environment. That is what is not vetted. When you step inside a classroom, right, you come with a different mindset. When you step inside a seminar, I'm not saying YouTube, this is like the beginning of that. It might be. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm excited that this is going to draw criticism too, right? The thing about specialization and like grouping things up, it will bring critical feedback as well. So I welcome that. I don't think everyone else would welcome, like, everyone else would welcome more stringent expectations. But for me, the moment I post a course, the course is going to be different from everything that I've been doing. This is casual. We are colleagues, right? Whenever a stranger pops in, I don't ever assume they know more or less than I do because we don't know. Now, when you're in a course, there is an expectation. And I don't know if these courses cost anything or you can set them to 0. There was like a comment about cost. So all of the stuff I'm saying right now could be completely scrapped in the long run, because for me, masterclass sounds like something that I am not trying to make. I think masterclass has this accessibility problem, and then I'm probably not there yet. Maybe one day, I don't know, but it sounds like that's what they're trying to make it into. So grain of salt. It's exciting. It's something. YouTube is doing something, and it's related to education. And I'm basically, I get goosebumps and nervousness and anxiousness whenever education gets put up, right? I mean, Twitch was kind of exciting recently. Like currently, Twitch and Duolingo is collaborating, so like whoever subscribes get like 3 months of Duolingo Super. That's kind of neat. And then I saw that Bree had like a Duolingo like tag thing. That's really neat. Things like that, when people get learning and then they get enabled to use things because they're in a mindset of making things, I think the world can use a lot of that. In anything like crafts, fine arts, services. I think when people are enabled and instructed to understand many of the things that involve their daily lives, time management is probably way up there. And how can you tell where it is? Someone says, when someone goes up, it's like, oh yeah, I use my smartphone a lot. Let's go and look up videos on how to reduce my smartphone time. Right? But the thing is, it's very difficult to know what you're going to get when you do that. Or, oh, I have poor sleep hygiene. Pro call. I don't know. You're so this is practically inside joke now, right? Like, how do you prioritize, incentivize, and encourage yourself for sleep hygiene, right? And the sleep hygiene, that what you'll get in content creation is, how to always sleep at the same time, right? Try to always wake up at the same time. Like, well, yes, that is certainly one way to reduce sleep hygiene. So now let's investigate it forward, right? It becomes YouTube courses become a working and evolving collection of all these topics. So my biggest concern is that I would be unable to timely fulfill the qualities and standards that I set for myself. So that might end up involving possibly a workflow that has other people collaborating. So it's exciting, but at the same time, probably gonna be a bit of a while to come by, to work up. So I would probably try to start small, right? Iterative designs, like a crash course, if you will. I wonder if crash course is trademarked, but taking a chapter from Hank Green's crash course, right? The thing that he started there. The idea is to try to capture something and set up the expectation that don't stop there. Like, this is the This is the foundation. It's the testing ground. If you have time, attempt to mix and match and do all these time management stuff, because these time management stuff can form the core foundation of when you feel like you have control over your time. You can tweak it to your heart's desire, and it can be paced in a way that you don't get overwhelmed. So the focus is often, hey, I'll give you an example that I would do that would fulfill this archetype. If that sounds great, let's say we can try other things and try this thing. And that's, I feel, is very, it's a lot more approachable. I think the other way of approachability has come with a lot of shortcomings, but there are a lot of people making them. So if you're interested in that stuff, I got you. You know, I could even reference them. In fact, I will probably do that. I will probably reference contrasting or comparatively similar things. Like, what's a great dumbing down of time management? Don't procrastinate. That is, I mean, that could be a solution. If you spend like 5 minutes and talk about every way to prevent and mitigate procrastination, you will at least resonate with the vast majority of people and have a target audience that will find whatever you say helpful, because you're running the numbers game in terms of reductive simplification. You say things that are most relevant to the biggest group. My idea of courses and the courses that I make is focused on the nuances. We are deep diving nuances, but making them approachable from a comprehensible way, in a way that can be actualized in examples. And I think that's probably what I would do to contribute, or at least I feel like would complement things. Now, you might be thinking, but won't those people compete with you? You know, like a guru will come by and say like, dude, you're hurting my business. And I'm like, no. The goal is that if I succeed in what I think I want to do, it also means that they can decide if your product is more easily for them. So for example, when you inform people of the nuances, like if they reductively, their business is booming. So technically, if their business is booming, it will help me gain an audience. But my audience would then be people who are invested in a very specific product, but they would obtain the nuances of that product to better aid in spreading the word of the product that they started with. So it would be a synergistic thing. It would be a non-compete. Like, I don't have to take their approach and like one up their stuff. I build on what they have. And then I don't sell the thing that they already do. I look at what I can add to the trending products. And that would be the braces of my course. My courses section. The courses section is to build on what is available. Now, there is one very tough caveat. What happens when things become out of date? Courses have to be updated, right? And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that as a single person. Be able to update things as they're going. So the idea is to tackle certain concepts that aren't rapidly changing. And that is so tough on the internet. Like, when was the last time there was a topic that didn't rapidly change in like within months or even weeks? Lots to think about, but it's got me on my creative, I'm I'm brimming with ideas at the moment. So maybe some sleepless nights as well. So that's what we're gonna think about. It's obviously not gonna happen this year because we've already planned out this year. But we might be able to squeeze it into like a monthly project, work on it, outlining it. I will outline the outline of the course somehow. Maybe we'll make it in a side load some stuff. It's like, oh, here's me planning for the course. So then on the non-course section, you can see how I go about demonstrating how I organize my course material and research so that everyone knows like what I'm including in the course, and then publishing the actual recorded thing. But then whatever I do during the live streams and stuff, that would be the BTS, right? The behind the scenes thing regarding the coursework. And that's to keep me honest with myself. Like that now if I'm producing something and publishing something, maybe that'll light a fire under my butt to be a little bit more risk taking, right? I haven't done anything where my professional integrity is like really up for criticism. I think the most that people have tried to do is hurt my feelings, and I feel that's okay. I mean, I think professional integrity and self-worth and motivation and self-esteem is something that is far more resilient than someone's attack on your character and your feelings. Professional integrity, though, that's where for me is the most trigger thing. Like, it's the most concerning thing. My professional integrity is my life so far. I don't really have people that I need to protect or people that are part of my family. So while others might have social vulnerabilities about other people misrepresenting them and possibly like scandals happen and family feuds and emotional things, I'm untethered at the moment. But when I become tethered, I would probably think that my public time would be reduced appropriately. I am not a person who swims with the romantic gesture that somehow this whatever I'm doing now is attractive to someone who wants to have a close relationship or like do things that requires the privacy of their lives. So obviously until that time comes, I could cite someone that you might be interesting. I mean, PewDiePie is back, right? So look at the type of content that he's putting out. It is a very much an interesting thing. You know, we talk about other live streamers like SQC and whatnot. Time and stakes are very humbling guides for really revealing the true nature of someone. And for myself, I sure as heck love to work on something really, really hard. Like really, really hard. And that pressure, I've often I love it and I also hate it. And I don't know how many people is like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, I absolutely love being relied on. I love being reliable and be the go-to guy. At the same time, I also dread failure. I'm sure that's like, oh yeah, I know exactly how you feel. You know, that's why I never started becoming an artist and I never started playing the guitar because I dread a failure. Like, no. I want to be very clear. It's failure after doing the thing. Like, I do things. I still do all those things. The high is the consequences from the high. And that's not theoretical. So if I'm gonna do this, I hope it doesn't destroy me. That can happen. and I'll pick myself back up, right? I'll try to pick myself back up. But these are the things I've been thinking about in the last, it's been now close to 7 years. We're getting close to 7 years, right? On the Twitch side of things. And then we're closing in on, I think we've eclipsed 2 years. Very close to 2 years on the YouTube side of things. And before that, I've been doing this stuff, the stuff that you see online, like, no, I can't relate to other people who think speaking, texting, like protocol. Again, you have to excuse me for being unable to empathize with you. But my life dealt with writing constantly and speaking, all forms of creative expressions while trying to be objective in things like diagrams, illustrations, that type of thing. I've been doing this for, I don't see a difference to me. Like, there's no difference. That's why I write on the screen. Like, some people thought that was a new age thing. Like, oh, hey, you do this like this other guy. It's like, yeah, you know, like what, writing on a chalkboard, writing in your book, taking notes. I've done this since I could, you know, when I was in kindergarten. That's when I started. So to me, it's focusing on leveraging, constantly leveraging and hedging your skills, constantly hedging. If you see a downside, work at it, like work a different angle. So when management comes, when a course comes, it's not focusing on what you can't do, is focusing on what you can do. If you can't do it, this course is not for you. But hey, there might be another course in the series that I would attempt to include for you, right? The idea is, don't give up on yourself, right? Say no to avoidant behavior. When something is bad, you can make it better. Someone out there has got to give you that, or you got to give it to yourself, because I think life, like, if there are most things I feel people say that they're have the rights to me are now privileges and entitlements. The one thing that I can definitely say that everyone's entitled to, and I will probably echo John Green, is living a life that's worth loving and being proud of. Either dependent on yourself or people around you. That is what everyone has the rights to. Not a Lamborghini, not viewership, not subscriptions, not like clout. Sufficient love, self-control, and, you know, a will, like, a source of motivation for life, right? And whenever the stuff that you say that constantly stack up is like, oh, this is bad, it's bad enough to constantly scare you away from everything, that's what we're going to try to use our professional integrity to change. It's like, oh, hey, if this really is irrelevant, skip to the end, right? Like, or try a different thing. Maybe I can point people in a different direction too. Like, for example, in the instructional material, right, there's citations. When you do courses in education, there are citations. But citations could be deference to other people's content. And it will, when I do this, it will be for the sake of application, not the sake of whether I disagree or agree with someone's opinion. Is to defer so that you get a more comprehensive perspective. Like, hey, sorry guys, I have not created the my thoughts on how to optimize procrastination. However, I have seen over my life that there are individuals who can represent this type of workflow, but they don't refer to it as procrastination. See these fairly people and see what you think, right? Because terminology and semantics do create nuance. However, they also create generalization and categorization that can only capture so much, right? In both text and speech. I don't see how somehow, like the person I talked to recently, that speech somehow will mitigate and alleviate conflicts of interest due to moral principles and ethical principles and philosophy. That, regardless of the medium, if you don't understand that there's a self-contradiction of moral dilemmas, and somehow blame the medium or the act of the skill, that's where this comes in, right? If front loading comes at a different perspective, maybe I'll keep an eye for it. And the idea is to be synergistic and not destructive. Courses, education, to me, when it becomes about competitive process and like who does it better as opposed to how to elevate each other, I think that's when I start feeling sad and disheartened. When education becomes a business. And you might be thinking, it already has. It's like, well, yes, in many parts of the world, education has already become a business. There are things that I feel that enables the rights or helps uplift the possibility of gaining that, what I said, the love, self-control, right? Some way of self-control and self-esteem. Those things that you are entitled to, like deserving, you have the rights to, those things can end up becoming behind a paywall or like a competitive process. It's disappointing that it's not to say that they shouldn't exist. They obviously exist because it wouldn't be sustainable in that way. So if there's a goofball like me who's willing to add a little drop in the bucket that is not part of the sustainability problem, I am sure as heck going to spend the rest, like be happy with spending the rest of my life trying to do that. Others who need to sustain their models, they will be used synergistically, like so you can add to them instead of subtracting from them. Like I've grown very wary and tired. I'm going to be saying all of this if I start a course because the project is going to have the opening opinions, right? I've become very wary to the point where there are things that give people the foundation to help you and help each other. But now it's become a competitive process where the clout and the business model that overshadows the value of the information. Actually, it's to the detriment of many people who I feel are compelled to do so because they have to in order to gain that influence that is necessary to even do the first task in the first place. And for the record, I don't think this is going to change that much. If I release a course, one person might see it. It's fine. The exercise is that I'm willing to create something that places my professional integrity under scrutiny. And that, to me, breathes new life to the things I want to do for the rest of my life. So for a lot of people, they're probably still looking for that, right? When was the last time you said, like to yourself, for those who are still looking, like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Well, I ask myself that every 5 years, right? It changes every 5 years. But lately, as much as I love my singular encounters with individuals and whatnot, I have yet to actualize a product. I have not decided, like, am I going to write a book? Am I going to collaborate with a creator? Recognize a project that was left for posterity? Because I earnestly think that now I have sufficient experience to do some of those things. And if there's a soft bridge to that, I might entertain the idea. Shorts is not one of them. Shorts, in my opinion, for all those who gain a lot of success and stuff, they have different priorities than me. But shorts I tried. It works. It really does. But it represents most of the things I do not find comfortable pursuing, while others do. So I'm excited. It's still gonna be slowly steeping and setting up for like 2026 though. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share. I forgot about that. Anyways, that's a wrap today. I wanted to fill it up with something because we're skipping Inktober, right? Until then, focus back on the present. Still got to do Inktober. Got to complete our Wanikani and HanziHero experiment. I don't even know if I'm going to follow up with the second year or not. I don't know how that's going to work. So lots of things to think about. It's an exciting time. I think the internet is changing at a pace that you don't know what's going to happen next, right? And happen next. I got to see if anyone had already started using like the course stuff. I'm going to be talking about it for the next couple months. Maybe even lay the groundworks for something. And maybe, just maybe one day, we'll have the internet be a major source of instructional material that was intended to have the audience best interest in mind, as opposed to a means to an end of life pursuits and aspirations. I would love to see that the internet is also populated by individuals who are obligated from a professional integrity standpoint, as opposed to a combination of it, right? Like the clouds, the income, and stuff, because there's no income security for this type of thing. Until there is, it's very seldomly about not just about the education, right? Oftentimes education has become this foundation where there's some added security for individuals who's able to educate, but even that sense have eroded. In fact, it's ironic because it's the internet that I would say largely created a mentality that eroded that. But there's a silver lining to it. It's imparting and forcing competitively for formal education to change, to evolve, right? To compete. And I get where that's coming from. I'm not going to go in that direction where you like try to compete. I want to work with whatever is happening, not against. So with that said, that's a wrap for HanziHero session today. If you're going to watch this later, 谢谢. As always, feel free to follow along, pick up HanziHero for yourself, try it out, let me know what you think. You're always welcome to yap, talk about things. We're here, I'm here, trying to put 200% into empathy, I suppose. This is the collective breeding ground and foundation for all of my experience. So, one or two people, those other people in the past, I hope they understand that because you talk to me in a public space, these will become the working foundations on how to make them more positive moments. If you had a negative moment to me or with me, I'm going to attempt to make it into an instructional, positive, useful moment. Unfortunately, possibly at your discretion, because you shared your experiences with me. Your experiences, I look for the good things, the useful things, the things that make people wonderful. With those things, you can possibly overcome the adversity that makes you feel like you're worth nothing, right? Making things, one thing that overcomes regret in life and living happily with whatever comes to pass is the idea that you slowly revisit all those things and impart value to them. Well, if you can't do that, you're welcome to share, and I will try to make value out of it. And if a stranger can make value out of something that is negative into something positive about someone else, I'm sure it can come as a way to motivate that person to see something positive in it because they know more than I do. So it would be the last thing I would want to tell people. Your life is worth it. Make it worth it. If it doesn't seem like it's worth it, well, you're sure as heck gonna kick and scream and make sure or find someone who makes it worth it, right? Together, we make life worth it. So all of this stuff is exciting because education can enable people to make their life worth it if they aren't already thinking their life is worth it, right? You're contributing to a whole and you're also contributing to yourself. Until then, with that positive remark, right? I'll see you guys next time. 大家下次见. Right. 感谢观看. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.